Good morning. There's some points of confusion, I guess. Number one, the post office, the 39 CFR 10 something-ish, blah, blah, blah. That is a prohibition. Laws and rules are made to prohibit actions, not to allow them. So it is a prohibition. And if you look at the wording of it, it is a prohibition if there is a sign prohibiting it, or if somebody tells you not to, basically. There's other things, but I'm keeping it simple. So if there's a sign that says no filming, you can't film. If there's a person who says no filming, you can't film for news purposes. If it's not for news purposes, then you can't film. You got to get permission. So that's number one. Number two is I'm not expecting or anticipating local police to enforce a federal law. What they are doing, however, is they are enforcing a federal policy. They're using local laws or state laws to enforce federal policy. If they trespass you from the post office because you are violating the policies of the post office, then they are enforcing a government regulation of speech. Filming is speech. You're being trespassed, assuming that you're not otherwise causing a disturbance, that you're only filming, and that just the act of you filming is causing the disturbance, then they are trespassing you for your speech. So it could be a First Amendment violation. Now, we know from Coquinda that the post office is a non-public forum. So if the post office wants to regulate your speech on post office property, if you look at Adderley, it gives us the rule for a non-public forum. It has to be whatever the policy has to be viewpoint neutral, and it has to be reasonable. So if a law enforcement agency is trespassing you from the post office because you're violating a post office policy against filming, then you could challenge that in federal court in a would it be a you could do a 1983 against the cops. Could you do a 1983 against the post office? I don't know. I'd have to look into exactly what authorization statutes there are, or how you'd go about bringing the suit. However, you could bring a suit against the post office and challenge their policy of not allowing filming. You don't have to challenge that rule, you challenge the policy. And if the policy is found to be invalid, if they're not allowed to regulate filming, or if their policy against filming is found to be unconstitutional, then the enforcement mechanism, that CFR, would also be unconstitutional. And I just want to stress this, that a regulation is a restriction. There's no regulation that says that you can get your mail at the post office, because they're not restricting you from doing anything. They don't have to make a regulation on it. There's no regulation that says that you can't put more stamps than you need to on an envelope, because they're not prohibiting you from doing that. There is a regulation on filming, because if you look at it, it says, except as signs prohibit, except as authorized personnel prohibit, local rules prohibit, court orders prohibit. Except as where it's prohibited, you can do it. But what they're focusing on is the prohibition. So all they need is a sign or someone to say, you can't film. It's prohibited. Anyway, I think I've been clear enough. I hope I've been clear enough. I didn't know I was issuing a challenge. People are thinking I'm issuing a challenge. I'm merely observing that despite numerous arrests, numerous times being chased out of post offices and being told they can't film there, instead of actually doing something about it, something legitimate that will get changed, i.e. go to court, that has not happened. They've just gone back and done more filming. So there is, as near as I can tell, two possibilities. Number one, they've talked to lawyers, and lawyers have said, yeah, they can do it. It's a shit case. They're going to win. And I think there's a high likelihood that they will win. That the post office will win. That their policy is reasonable enough. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I think there's a good chance the post office will win. So that's one possibility. The second possibility is that the auditors who are doing the post offices don't really care that they're not allowed to film, and that they're not all about First Amendment freedoms, that they're more about getting clicks and views and outrage and just pissing off the police. I think they're all about pissing off the police. Hashtag not all. I think the post office auditors are about pissing off the police. Because that's all they seem to do, is piss off the police and piss off the public and piss off post office workers who, until I got involved in the First Amendment community, I didn't even realize were a problem. I didn't realize that they were as big a tyrants as librarians. Anyway, I hope I've explained it. If I haven't, I'm sorry. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.